What up, hype beast? You already know who it is. It's your boy back with another AEW review. So, man, I don't even know where to with this AEW review. So, first of all, I'll just say generally, I really did I enjoyed the show. Okay, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I didn't enjoy the show. It was tough to this. Okay, so backstory. I ended up cord cutting. I don't watch cable like that, and so I ended up just cutting it off. So this was the first time I actually had to watch a pay-per-view using other stuff other than just going to on demand and clicking pay-per-view. So I actually had to watch it through Bleachers Report, and oh my gosh, that website's to me, in my personal opinion, that website freaking sucks. Um, it just lags and lags and lags. It takes forever to do anything you needed to do. It was just a hassle. So I ended up missing the first like almost hour of the show, which was rough. Um, so that sucked. But so I did miss a couple things, but I did catch most of the pay per view, and I really enjoyed this pay per view. I really enjoyed it. It was just the ending. The ending left a lot, and you could tell it was probably a malfunction of some sort. Hey guys, when you come in, hit the chat, man. Let me know. Let me know who's watching. Um, you can tell it was just like a malfunction. Like I can't imagine that was the plan to have the explosion look like that at the end. And the thing about it, they did such a good job building towards it. Like the countdown was coming, and everybody was trying to rush to get away from the ring, and all this kind of crazy stuff was going on. So I was excited. I thought I was going to see something. I didn't. I mean, this is unprecedented. I know they did it in Japan where the whole ring blew up, and that's really cool. But I didn't know if they were gonna go big like that. I didn't know if somebody was gonna come save Moxley. I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I was really looking forward to seeing what was gonna happen. It built and built and built, and it was just anticlimactic. Uh, but anyway, getting back to the pay-per-view. So start off with the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF. This was one of the matches that I ended up missing. Um, I heard that it was a really good match, and then on Wednesday we have the Inner Circle about to do a council or whatever to see where they're gonna go. Guys, when you come into the stream, let yourself be known. Hit me up in the chat, man. I would love to know who's in. Um, from what I understand, good match. We'll see what the storyline goes. The result actually surprised me a little bit. I didn't think Chris Jericho and MJF were gonna lose. I actually thought they had a pretty good chance to hold the titles, because I'm sure the AEW's been in existence for over a year now, and MJF is low key like their brightest young star, self-made star. You know what I mean? So I'm surprised he hasn't had gold. He has the ring. He has that little AEW ring, but he hasn't had gold in AEW yet. So thought tag team titles were one way to get some gold on them, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. They had a little vignette later in the show where it almost looked like he had beef with Chris Jericho, or he was like plotting on Chris Jericho. So we'll see where that goes from here. Then we had the Casino Tag Team Royale. This is another one. This was tough. This is another one that I end up missing because of Bleacher's Report. Bleacher Report would not turn on the freaking pay-per-view for nothing. They took my payment and they said, "Hey, we're processing." And then I was like, "What do you mean you're processing this? So does that mean that I get the pay-per-view?" And it took forever. And I ended up having to call them and all kinds of crazy stuff. Bleacher's Report sucks, man. But whatever. At least I got to watch most of it. So anyway, in this match, the winner ended up being Death Triangle, Pac, and Ray Phoenix. So they're gonna get a shot at the Young Bucks in the near future. So that was the result of the Casino Battle Royal. Next up, we had the women's championship. So this is when I finally got the service turned on. I got in about halfway through this match. We didn't get a true ending because Dr. Britt Baker came in with Reba, and then they started beating up Sheeta and things of that nature. Well, actually, Sheeta did win, but then Dr. Britt Baker and stuff came in and interfered and all that stuff. So that was cool. That was all good. So then the match that I saw in its entirety, Miro, Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. This was a fun match. Naturally, every time Orange Cassidy is on a pay-per-view, he shows out. Him and Miro had some good moments. I actually thought we would see Trent return, but no, I guess he's still injured. So Miro and Kip Sabian end up taking the win. Orange Cassidy, they defeated him via submission. So I'm kind of waiting for Miro to kind of go off on his own. I don't particularly love the Kip Sabian Miro thing. I understand they needed a way to get Miro in there, and that's fine. But I mean, Miro's a beast on his own. He's gonna have future matches with Lance Archer and possibly Kenny Omega and Moxley and stuff like that in the future. This Kip Sabian thing needs to kind of go away or whatever. But anyway, this was entertaining either way. Miro went crazy and went beast mode on everybody as usual. After that, we had Hangman Adam Page versus Matt Hardy. This actually was okay match. It was back and forth for a while. There was a lot of interference. Private Party, the heel Private Party. So that was interesting or whatever. They didn't really get physical with Hangman. They were just kind of annoying, getting up on the ring apron and stuff like that. Anyway, Hangman got the assist from Dark Order. He was falling off the apron. They caught him. They boosted him back up, and then he went over the rope and did his lariat, buckshot lariat. So, cool ending. It's interesting to see where this thing with Dark Order is going. I hope he joins and turns them into like a like drinking group. That would be hilarious. But yeah, good match. Then we had the Face of the Revolution ladder match. This was everything that you would expect a ladder match to be, full of these spots, the danger, the people falling out of the ring and crashing on ladders, breaking ladders in half. This had all of that. All the spots. We even got a debut from Ethan Page. So that was cool. And he did really well in this match too. He didn't win, but he did pretty well. I actually thought Penta looked like he could win at some moments, but the guy who looked like he was going to win this match was Lance Archer. Lance Archer at one point he had cleared the ring, and he was slowly climbing the ladder. And then Ethan Page ended up getting in there to stop him. And then the winner ended up being Scorpio Sky, who had a great match the whole way around. He was doing his athlete stuff, jumping over stuff. There was even one when Lance Archer was trying to catapult him, and then he just went straight on the ladder and then started climbing the ladder. So he had a lot of good moves. He had a lot of good moments in the ring. I was happy to see Scorpio Sky win, and I'm also happy to see that's going to be a good little feud that he has with Darby Allin. So I'm very excited. He had a nice little match with Cody Rhodes for the same title, kind of teasing this title. I do think maybe he might win it from Darby, but we'll see. Then we got the news that Christian Cage signed with AEW. We'll see. I mean, I remember Christian from TNA, and I didn't really think his TNA run was as great as a lot of other people thought. So, like I said, I'll give it a chance. We'll see. I don't know how much he's gonna wrestle. I'm sure probably. Well, he's cleared. So we'll see. That's all I can really say about Christian Cage. It was so many names being rumored. I heard Batista was secretly talking to Tony Khan. There's always the little, people who think CM Punk is coming to AEW, hoping CM Punk comes to AEW. I'm one of them. There's a lot of names out there that get thrown around when there's a debut coming. So when it's Christian Cage, it kind of, but I'm sure he'll bring a lot of good things to AEW. Then we had Sting and Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks for a cinematic match. Man, I thought this was outstanding. From Darby being thrown through a glass door to jumping off the third floor through that big wooden Sting, his spots getting hit with a shovel and then breaking a bat on Brian Cage, hitting Brian Cage in the head with a shovel and winning the match. This is my favorite. I know a lot of people, Undertaker and AJ Styles was their favorite, but this one was my absolute favorite cinematic match that I've seen so far. I absolutely love it. Even the way they shot it with the smoke and the spotlights, and just the feel of it was real grungy. It was an abandoned warehouse. The whole time I'm thinking somebody was gonna get thrown through a window, thrown off a ledge. It was just out. I absolutely loved everything about this match. I thought they filmed a work of art with that match. That was outstanding. Absolutely loved it. So that's a 5 out of 5. As far as matches go in this pay-per-view. Sting, Darby Allin, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Hook, Will Hobbs, Taz on commentary. They stole the show. This wasn't the main event, but they stole the show. This was outstanding. I absolutely loved it. And then moving on to the World Championship bout, the exploding barbed wire death match. This was really good too. It was back and forth. This was a good match. Moxley and Kenny Omega have really good chemistry in the ring. They always put together really good matches. There was one point where Kenny Omega took the paradigm shift through a barbed wired table. That was I love that. It was cool. Kenny Omega also didn't even land super great. You know what I mean? So it looked like that could have been bad, but he was all right. Everybody was cut open. They were just, getting put through the barbed wire, getting put through tables full. Kenny Omega put John Moxley through a chair with a winged angel. At one point, he hit the one-winged angel on John Moxley, and John Moxley got his leg on the barbed wire, and it exploded. This was so cool, man. This match has so much potential. It was so cool. Anyway, Kenny Omega ended up winning the match with the one-winged angel through the chair. So he got Moxley with that and got the 1, 2, 3. Then they celebrated, and then they beat him more. And also, I should note that the Good Brothers gave him the assist. So they beat Moxley more. They got out the ring. It was 30 seconds left. For some reason, it's not Eddie Edwards. What is it? Eddie Kingston ran to the ring to protect John Moxley. And this is where it all kind of fell apart. So everybody else was escaping. Eddie Kingston was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go down with my buddy or whatever." He dove on him to protect him from the dangerous explosion, and the explosion was just like the little sparklers on the ring post, and then some smoke. It sucked, man. It was just like such a horrible way to end the pay-per-view. It was a good pay-per-view. So many good moments, so many cool moments. This match alone was super cool, but then that dud explosion really, really just killed it. And then I went to Twitter right after, and everybody was roasting AEW because of it. And I was just like, oh man. It's because they built up like the Lucha Libre commentator, for some reason his name slipped my mind. He did such a great job building it up. It's like only 30 seconds left. Get out the ring, get out the ring, get all that stuff. They built it up so much. It was so good, so believable. We just thought we were about to see the whole thing go up or whatever. And then that little bitty explosion, it just killed it. That's all anybody's gonna remember, even though this was such a great match. That's such a great pay-per-view. But anyway, hopefully you guys gave it a chance. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I was very, very entertained from the moment I actually got to log in. No thanks to Bleacher Report. For they really, if AEW is going to use Bleacher Report to stream their stuff, they really need to help Bleacher Report upgrade, because that didn't make any sense. Everything takes forever with Bleacher Report. But it was obviously really good, really entertaining, but it just kind of sucks that the only thing people are going to remember is that dud explosion. But that's how it goes. You got to deliver all the way through, especially when you build something like that. If you build towards something, how AEW built towards that explosion, you got to deliver with it. But anyway, at the end of the day, I won't give this pay-per-view a rating just because I didn't get to see the whole thing. I missed a couple matches at the beginning, so I won't go ahead and rate this one. I'll just say the parts that I saw, which was most of it, was really enjoyable, and I was really disappointed that explosion did not deliver. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Did you enjoy this AEW Revolution? Leave it down below, and I'll see you guys next time.